Welcome back to the Tournament of Champions. There they are. And we're getting right down to it to find out who would beat who in this Tournament of Champions. Look at those guys. I'm going to do a little recap for you as I continue with this, and we'll get to it in just a minute. Man, that's good music. That music is by a group called Whitestone, and they're dynamic. I'm going to put that full song on the list here in the link so you can check out what that group was able to do. Man, they're good. Now, here's the recap. All the conversation about who would beat who throughout the internet. Boxing experts and the like talking about this, and just regular folks like myself and others. And I wanted to put together a tournament and find out who would win. With my knowledge of kinesiology, the movement of muscles, and being a student of boxing, and being pretty good at it myself. This is what I've come up with. And I've taken all these guys, whoops. I've taken all these guys and put them in their prime. Okay? And I gave Muhammad Ali back his prime, a prime that none of us ever saw, a prime that he never got to realize, and made him, by my calculations, 10% better than the best Ali anyone had ever seen. And so now we are right down to where we are now in this tournament. Okay, we have coming up Mike Tyson versus Joe Frazier. The fight after that will be Evander Holyfield and Muhammad Ali. See that? And then Rocky Marciano versus Lennox Lewis. These are going to be some amazing fights. Now, who's first here? Mike Tyson, Joe Frazier, okay? Here's Mike's stats. If you've been following the links, I've given you background on the fighters. I've shown you footage of them, how they move, what they do, how it is they're successful in their style, where their punching power comes from, their technique, all of that. And I'm giving you some background on the fighters. Okay, so here again, here's Mike Tyson, also known as Iron Mike. And he became heavyweight champion in 1986 when he beat Trevor Berbick. He has an 88% KO record. 50 wins, 6 losses, 2 no contests, 44 KOs. The tail of the tape between him and Frazier, here is Mike Tyson. 5'10", weight 220, with a 71-inch reach. Joe Frazier, also known as Smokin' Joe Frazier. Record of 32 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw. He was champion from 1970 to 1973. By the way, Tyson had 10 title defenses. Joe Frazier here, 4. He's known for his strength, durability, punching power, that daunting left hook of his, relentless pressure, and very good defense. Tail of the tape. Height, 5'11 and a half. He's a bit taller, just a bit taller. Weight 210 versus 220. Iron Mike is pretty thick with a 73.5-inch reach, so a little bit longer. These two guys are, basically the same size. And this is going to be one heck of a fight. Now, the way I see this fight going is, here's the other thing about this scenario before I get into that. in my scenario, these guys have all seen each other fight, but have never fought each other. That's how I'm, by the powers vested in me, this is how I'm going to do it. Now, how does this fight start out? So Mike knows that Joe is a slow starter. Joe knows that Mike is a fast starter. And both of these guys, I can tell you, someone's getting knocked out in this fight. Good grief, man. All right, so round one begins, and Mike comes out doing what Mike does. And Mike has a very good jab, working his way in. These two guys have very good defense. Tyson moves his head side to side as he comes in, plants and throws his shots, whereas Frazier is up and down. And he works to the body and then wants to come up top with that left hook, and has done pretty good damage with the right hook as well. So, you know, these guys can fight. Round one goes where Tyson just tries to jump on Joe and is throwing bombs. Both of these guys, man, they just throw bombs, and no one's taking a step back. Through round three, pounding each other, missing more than they would normally, because both of them have pretty good defense, but connecting, and when they do connect, they are rocking one another. Round four begins, and Frazier now starts to warm up, starts to really warm up, and he's actually forced to warm up faster than normal because Mike just attacks, man. So here's Frazier, who Frazier's usually the one who's always going forward, and Mike Tyson is one who's always going forward. So bam, neither of these guys are wanting to take a step back. Where Tyson has the edge as we go into the fifth round is Tyson's hand speed. Not only his hand speed, but as we have known and seen with Joe Frazier, and you know what's funny is with Mike Tyson is the same way. Both of them are susceptible to the uppercut because they're always crouched down and into it. Marciano's the same way. These smaller guys, they have to crouch down to get inside of any taller opponent. But these two are about the same size. They, for all purposes, are. So they're both just leaned into each other, just throwing bombs. But Tyson has the edge in faster hands, quicker combinations with that power. And in the fifth round, connects with Joe Frazier, a right, left, right, and to that body, he steps over, connects into the ribs, and then that uppercut. Oh, man. And down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. So Mike Tyson comes out on top with a KO in the fifth round and moves on in the tournament. And we'll be back with Holyfield versus Ali. Oh man, that's gonna be some fight. Be back after this.